Nicolas Sarkozy is taking no chances. On this visit to Arras in northern France, only loyal supporters were on hand to welcome him. A wide area was cordoned off, so demonstrators couldn't even get close. Sarkozy tries to work the crowd, but it's never been his forte. Many supporters seemed more interested in the forthcoming birth of his wife Carla Bruni's baby.
I had him autograph this CD of Carla's. He said she's doing well. I love Nicolas Sarkozy and his wife, and I'd love to be the baby's godmother.
A group of students has even skipped school to see the president.
He shook my hand and said, "You're really big," and he noticed me even though he's so small.
Short stature is one of the demons that haunt the president. It's also a source of material for the caricaturist Jean Cabou.
He has difficulties because he wears lifts in his shoes. If you wear lifts, you have to walk like this. It's a horrible walk. He thinks the lifts make him bigger, but he's completely wrong. Presidents walk like this, like Mitterrand, looking at someone. Sarkozy pats Angela Merkel on the back and calls journalists by their first names. That won't do.
Many French people think Sarkozy is too chaotic, too volatile. It's said he tries to take on too many things at once and never finishes them. More inspiration for the cartoonist. He depicts Sarkozy as a hyperactive imp.
He wants to do everything. He wants to be all the circus performers at once. But that's dangerous. He runs the risk of falling on his face.
Sarkozy's approval ratings have plummeted from 80% just after his election to 20% now. Seldom has a French president been so unpopular. The opposition socialists are already rubbing their hands in glee. François Hollande currently tops the polls and has a good chance of becoming Sarkozy's main challenger for the presidency. What's the biggest difference between him and Sarkozy?
The fact that he's president and I'm not. And that I'm going to be president and he won't be. There's your answer.
Hollande is canvassing support among young people, many of whom are struggling to find work. He's slimmed down for his campaign, losing at least 10 kilos.
Can you trust someone who's lost 10 kilos? I don't know. Since he's lost the weight, he looks a bit like a manager in a cheap supermarket.
But to secure his party's nomination, Hollande has to win out against rival and party leader Martine Aubry.
She's often called the hard-hitting mother. And I think she does have a maternal side, and she'd like to mother everyone.
While the media obsess over who'll win the socialist candidacy, Sarkozy's strategists face an uphill task to come up with a campaign plan. Some say they're hoping the far-right National Front's candidate Marine Le Pen gets enough support to beat the socialists in the first round of voting. Le Pen would face a runoff against Sarkozy, and his chances of winning would be good. It's a familiar maneuver. In 2002, Marine's father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, made it to the runoff against Jacques Chirac. Chirac won with more than 80% of the vote.
If the result of the first round is Le Pen-Sarkozy, people of the left, like me, will be obliged to vote for Sarkozy to keep Marine Le Pen from becoming president. It's not impossible.
Sarkozy, too, knows a lot can happen before the election next year. He listens patiently to the farmers in Arras and promises them better prices for their products. An election promise without an explanation of where the money will come from to pay for it.